Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me, like I said, a very special guest, Jay Novacek. I want to thank you for being here this morning. I have to tell you, Jay, I am a 49ers fan, but there's a lot of Cowboys fans here. So when they found out that you were coming, they were all excited. And I was excited too, but more importantly, just to talk to you and about your passion for the livestock and ag industries. I know you're into horses, so let's go into it. Let's talk about how you kind of got started in the livestock industry.
Well, first of all, when I was young, my dad coached in real small towns all over Iowa and Nebraska, South Dakota, and so it was always a rural environment for me. And I had that old cowboy hat on. I thought I would, I thought I lived way back in the West when I was a young kid. It just kind of stuck with me my whole life.
Well, I know you're into cutting horses, and so moving to Texas, I noticed that's a big thing here. A lot of people love cutting horses, a lot of people ride them, and a lot of people have really great horses. So what is it about the livestock industry and the people that are involved that have wanted you to stay involved in it and to get into the whole cutting horse world?
It's just something that kind of gets into your blood. It's something that the people that you meet, a lot of the people in the oil industry that you get to go around and see, they come from that ranching environment, that ag environment, and so that niche and that core values that is instilled because of that, people wrap themselves around that, and it's fun to stay in that industry.
Do you kind of find it to be, do you get a high, I guess I could say, off of the competitive nature of the cutting horse industry? I know when you're at those competitions, it really is fun. So it's from, one sport to another.
Oh, absolutely. The thing about cutting is it has, it's a really good equalizer. So if you are the best, it doesn't mean you're going to win all the time. You got your horse, you got your cattle to deal with, and to go out. For me, it's competing against myself more than anybody else, because if I do good, then that makes me feel a whole lot better. If I mess up, then I need to go back and work harder.
Well, you are a Super Bowl champ a few times, I know, but let's go into it. Let's take it back. Tell us how you kind of, got into football. I know you said your dad was a coach, and then what got you here today to keep you in Texas?
It was great environment for me to grow up in. Dad being a coach, he coached football and coached track and field, and so I did both them in college also. And so growing up, I had an older brother and a younger brother, and the game was on every day. All my whole life it's just been sports, and to be able to I got drafted by the Cardinals and ended up coming to Dallas on a Plan B free agency in 1990. It was a perfect storm. We had some great players that just all started meshing, and our locker room was a great place and a fun place to be in. And by the time it was all said and done, we ended up with 3 Super Bowls. And, to stay around here and to be able to still do the ag life that I love to do, it's a great state for it.
Yes, you're exactly right. I mean, if you weren't going to be a football player, what would you have chose to be?
Actually, I would have tried doing run track and field then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wanted to do make it to the Olympics in the decathlon.
Well, I would say you're pretty successful at what you did. If there's anything looking forward to the future, I mean, whether it's with football or cutting horse, I mean, what makes you excited about, being, a part of the football culture and then as well as the livestock industry?
Obvious, I'd love my ultimate goal just to live out. We got a little ranch on south of Fort Worth, and just to get out there and do my hunting, fishing, baling hay, running some really nice cutting heifers, and have a couple good horses. And to do that every day of your life would be awesome.
That's what these people in this room are all about. So I want to thank you for being on this morning. It's greatly appreciated. When we come back, world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade. Don't go anywhere.